What is up? Welcome back to Around the Minor League. This is going to be your recap of the last week and looking forward into the next week, starting April 28th, 2026 to May 3rd, 2026. We got a lot to go through, so if it sounds like we're running, it's just because we're trying to get all this information to you as quickly and as best that we can. I don't want this to be like I don't know. I don't want it to be like a 2-hour long podcast. You know what I mean?
Dude, it wouldn't surprise me if it somehow turns into one.
At some point, it might. At some point, we might have to have an episode where it turns into that. But all right, let's go into the
We have a
international.
tendency of doing that.
Sometimes, yeah, we do. Let's go into the International League first. Looking into the East. Lehigh Valley now has the lead. From this week, going into this week, they have a half-game lead over Worcester, who just got out of a big series against Syracuse. Worcester goes in there and really, I mean, there's no other way to put it than really just showed how much better they are than Syracuse. Worcester now is now half a game behind Lehigh Valley. Syracuse is now 2.5 games back of Lehigh Valley in the East, while Scranton Wilkes-Barre is only a game and a half back of Lehigh Valley and a game back of Worcester. The big series to watch this week, though, in my opinion, is Lehigh Valley has to travel on the road to Syracuse. This could be a week where Lehigh spreads out that lead even bigger. To be honest with you, if there's anybody that should be happy about this series happening this week, it should be Worcester, because Worcester goes and plays Rochester, who isn't doing so great right now to start off the season. And if they go in there and they win, 3 or 4 games in that series and just coast to these wins while Lehigh Valley and Syracuse are too busy beating the crap out of each other, it could turn into a week where Worcester fans come out excited and Lehigh Valley loses that lead right now. Moving on into the West, your Memphis Redbirds are still atop the International League West with a record of 18-9. They have a 1-game lead right now over Gwinnett. Who Gwinnett actually had a big leaguer rehabbing for them this week. Spencer Strider was pitching for Gwinnett this week in their series against Jacksonville. To be honest with you, in all seriousness, this Gwinnett-Memphis series, when it happens, will be I'm excited for it. It's going to be incredible to watch. The series to watch this week in the West is Toledo versus Columbus. It's kind of a parent matchup rivalry between Toledo being the Detroit Tigers AAA and Columbus being the Cleveland Guardians AAA. It's going to be a knock 'em out, drag 'em out fight between these two. Columbus has a run score of 160. So if they can keep these bats hot, I don't see why they can't come out of Toledo with a series win. Moving into players of the week. I already told you this. I'm not so sure why MiLB voted Noelvi Marte from Louisville as player of the week. That was kind of interesting to me, considering what his weekly splits were. But Andrew Lara for Rochester Friday against Scranton Wilkes-Barre through 7 innings, had 2 hits, had no walks, and 9 strikeouts.
Moving into the Pacific Coast League in the West, Sacramento and Las Vegas are tied at the top with a record of 14-11. Sacramento has a run difference of +14 and Las Vegas has a run difference of +20. In the East, Sugarland and Albuquerque are tied at the top with a record of 15-12. Albuquerque with a run difference of plus 14, and Sugar Land with a run difference of plus 9. The big series to watch this week is Las Vegas versus Tacoma. That is a good series to watch, as well as the Sacramento and Salt Lake, because Sacramento does not do the greatest on the road as of right now.
Yeah, they're struggling with a 5-7 record right now on the road. But this Las Vegas Tacoma series is going to be interesting, as Las Vegas as well struggles on the road. And Tacoma could honestly come in here, and if Las Vegas isn't ready, I mean, Tacoma's riding a 4-game win streak going into this series.
Well, I mean, Tacoma's 500 at home.
Yeah. Still, Tacoma's 7-3 in their last 10.
I mean, that could be a series that could go either way.
Yeah.
Your players of the week for the Pacific Coast League. The player is Samad Taylor from El Paso. Samad. I don't know why I said Samad. Samad Taylor from El Paso had a 321 average, 13 hits, 7 RBIs, and 2 home runs. The pitcher is Mason Barnett from Las Vegas. In his last start against Sugar Land, went 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
Eastern League, did I do that one? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
What I was thinking. Going to the Eastern League, it's kind of interesting because New Hampshire and Portland are tied at the top, but they have 2 different records. New Hampshire has a record of 10-8, and Portland has a record of 11-9, but they're at the top right now of the Northeast Division of the Eastern League. Reading,
how does that work out?
I have no idea, dude. I think it's because of the game difference.
Oh, does somebody have a game difference?
Portland's played more games than New Hampshire.
That would make sense then, because New Hampshire's percentage is better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Both teams have. What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just I don't like it when that kind of stuff happens. It throws everybody for a loop.
Reading right now has a game behind on New Hampshire and Portland. They're actually a 500 team at 10-10. Moving to the Southwest Division, Richmond, the Flying Squirrels, have a 4-game lead right now on Harrisburg. Richmond has a record of 17-3. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They have a plus 48 run differential too. This team is quite impressive to watch. In all seriousness, the AA and AAA team for San Francisco is very, very good. Your series to watch this week is going to be Harrisburg versus Akron. Harrisburg's the number 2 team in the Southwest, and Akron's the number 3 team in the Southwest. Harrisburg is traveling to Akron. Harrisburg does have a 7-2 record on the road, but Akron has an 8-1 record at home. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of that. They're actually pretty even, to be quite honest with you, when it comes to their statistics. But it's going to be it could be where we go into Sunday, or we go into the weekend, we go into Saturday, Sunday with the series being 2-2, to be quite honest with you. It's shaping up for a good weekend there in the Eastern League. I almost forgot about the players of the week. That's so bad of me, isn't it? Your player of the week is Kobe Morales from Somerset. He had 7 hits, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and a 388 average over this last week. Your pitcher of the week comes from Chesapeake. It's Trace Bright. because of his start last Tuesday, he faced Akron twice, and he actually pretty much matched both times what his stat line was. On Tuesday, he had 4 innings with 0 hits, 0 earned runs, 4 bases on balls, and 7 strikeouts. On Sunday, against Akron, he threw for 4 innings as well with 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 bases on balls, and 8 strikeouts.
Moving to the Southern League. In the North Division, Chattanooga is in the league with a record of 16-5. They have a 6-game lead on Knoxville, an entire series lead. In the South, Columbus has the lead with a record of 12-9, a game lead over Pensacola. I'm guessing you're talking about the past series with Montgomery and Pensacola.
You said that Columbus has a game lead over Pensacola. It's actually Biloxi.
Biloxi, my bad.
Yeah. This series this weekend against Montgomery versus Pensacola, I would have rather watched
Was
that
this
than
the one
any other
you were wanting
MLB
to
game
see?
because, yeah, the one that was in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Sorry, I needed a drink. In all seriousness, this series was incredible. I don't know if they had a promotion going on Saturday, but the Biscuit Stadium was packed Saturday night. It's been a while since I've seen that stadium that full.
Was Saturday the peanut night?
It might have been either Saturday or Friday was
I think
the peanut runners.
I think Saturday was the peanut runner.
Either way, it was a great series. They went back to back. The ball was just flying out of the ballpark this series. One thing I want to note though, okay, this Chattanooga team is something different.
This
I
Chattanooga's
think
team's scary.
they are extremely scary. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They have a run differential of plus 32. The next closest to them is Biloxi with plus 18. Believe it or not, they love playing away. They've played away every series except for one so far this year, and they're 12-3 away. They're 4-2 at home, and this week they're at home against Birmingham. And in all honesty, they might run Birmingham might show up, leave Thursday night, and say we'll just give you Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, because this Chattanooga team is crazy good. Crazy good. They're fun to watch.
Your
too.
series 2, they're really fun to watch. Your series 2 watch this week is the Knoxville Smokies versus the Rocket City Trash Pandas. That's number 2 in the North versus number 3 in the North.
Yeah, there's
your
a
players
game.
of the week.
Can we talk about this series really quick?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
No, you're good.
Your game. Sorry. This series of the week, Knoxville and Rocket City are only split by a game. Between the two. And their runs scored and their run against aren't very different from each other. And so it is a game in Knoxville, which Knoxville so far is 7-8 at home, and Rocket City's 4-8 on the road. This is a series where, in all honesty, the ball could just fly in Knoxville. Between the two of them. So, I think this is going to be an extremely fun. Actually, the game's in Rocket City. My bad. The series is in Rocket City this weekend or this week. in all honesty, this game could be incredible to watch. More than likely, we're gonna have a doubleheader with the weather that looks like it's coming into Madison tomorrow. But this is definitely one that if you're in the lower Tennessee, upper Alabama, and you want to go watch some good baseball this weekend, I'd find yourself at Rocket City to watch Knoxville and the Trash Pandas play.
Your players of the week for the Southern League. The player is Xavier Isaac for the Montgomery Biscuits. Had a .352 average, 6 hits, 5 RBIs, 4 home runs, and 7 stolen bases. The pitcher is Brett Sears for the Columbus Clingstones versus Birmingham Saturday. Yeah. Went 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, I actually watched that game, part of that game. And Sears, about inning 2, was just throwing the stuff across the plate. Instead, if you hit it, you hit it. Good luck. Like, this dude went off this week against Birmingham
Columbus.
this past week.
Oh, no, Birmingham.
I know what I'm talking about, sir. The audacity for you to question if I know what I'm talking about. There's no question if I know
Do
ball.
we need to bring up what happened the last 2 episodes?
No, we don't. It's okay.
Exactly.
Moving into the Texas League. Right now, the Tulsa Drillers lead the North with a record of 14-7 and have a 2-game lead over Wichita, which is Minnesota's team. And then in the South, Midland has the lead right now with a record of 16-5 over Frisco, who is 11-10. They do have a 5-game lead. This freaking Midland team is freaky good.
If you are an I mean, I guess we're just calling what they're going to be. If you are a Las Vegas Athletics fan, you are so happy about your future right now.
Yeah.
Especially with how this AA team's playing.
Yeah. So I will say I was a man of my word this week, and I actually had some time to sit down and watch the Tuesday night game against Midland and Springfield, which had 2 really good collegiate arms in Jamie Arnold and Singetti. First of all, I want to mention props to Springfield. They are moving up my list for best TV or best production. Now, granted, it's going to take a lot to beat Sacramento, because Sacramento has by far the best television setup in all of minor league baseball. I think that has a lot to do with the fact of the park that they play in. But Springfield was impressive to watch. It started off quick. First hitter of the game, Joshua Kadora-Gar, hits a home run to left field against Singetti. And then everything kind of quiet. And then Singetti kind of just settled down after that. On Tuesday, he pitched 4 2/3 with 3 hits, only gave up the 1 home run with 4 strikeouts. But when you go against Jamie Arnold, you can't have very many mistakes, and he proves that. Arnold goes 4 2/3 with no hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts in his outing on Tuesday. And so Midland shows that they have the depth. Their bullpen came in, gave up a few runs that probably they shouldn't have, but still got the win over the Springfield Redbirds. And if that wasn't enough for you, like if you weren't satisfied with what you saw on Tuesday, let me double check and make sure I'm not talking out my. I don't want to be telling lies here. Let me double check. Yeah. If that wasn't good enough for you on Tuesday, we got blessed again with another pitching matchup between Arnold and Sanjetti on Sunday afternoon on getaway day. This time, Springfield jumps out early quick. They get Jamie Arnold, only goes 3 2/3 with 3 hits and 2 earned runs. He had 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. But Sanjetti ends up getting the loss, and so did the Cardinals. Sanjetti goes 3 2/3 with 3 hits, 3 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. They essentially had mirroring stat lines on Sunday. But dude, it was so fun to watch these two guys play. Your series of the week to watch is going to be Frisco, who's number 2. Did I say this? No, I didn't. Frisco, number 2. Who's 5 games behind Midland right now. And Corpus Christi, who is 6 games behind Midland right now. So there's a game difference between the two. Corpus Christi got their butts handed to them this past week. They won their first 2, I believe, and then lost the next 4. So your players of the week are Ricardo Oliver with Wichita. He had a 261 average, 340 on base, 580 slugging with 7 hits, 9 RBIs, and 5 home runs. Patrick Colbin for Tulsa against Frisco had 6 1/3, 1 hits, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Sorry, I
Moving to
ranted there
the
too long, didn't I?
Midwest League. Huh?
I said I ranted there too long, didn't I?
No, you're good. You're good. Moving to the Midwest League in the East. Great Lakes, who is the Dodgers high A team, leads the East with a record of 13-8, with a 1-game lead over West Michigan, who is Detroit's high A team. In the West, Wisconsin, who obviously is the Milwaukee Brewers high A team, leads the West with a record of 13-6, with a half-game lead over the South Bend Cubs, who is the Chicago Cubs high A team. Your series to watch is actually Wisconsin versus Quad City. Quad City is 3rd in the Midwest League. They are 2.5 behind Wisconsin, and they are away to Wisconsin. But Quad City plays really well at home, and Quad City plays really good away, and Wisconsin plays really good at home. So that game could be really, really good.
Yeah, they come into these series matching records over the last 10 games, both having a record of 7-3. Quad City comes in having 2 wins over their last 2 games of the series. Wisconsin won Sunday. This could turn into a pitching duel, to be honest with you.
Your players of the week for the Midwest League. The player is Braylon Payne for Wisconsin. Had a 360 average, a 490 on base percentage, a 750 slugging, 9 home runs, or 9 hits, 7 RBIs, and 4 home runs. The pitcher is Jamie Hitt for Fort Wayne versus Wisconsin. He went 5 innings, had 2 hits, or gave up 2 hits, and had 8 strikeouts.
Going to the Northwest League, no change from last week. Eugene is still atop the Northwest League with a record of 16-5. They're slowly running away with this division. They have a 4-game lead right now over Tri-City. The series to watch this week is going to be Tri-City versus Everett. That's number 2 versus number 3. Tri-City comes into this game with a 3-game, or to the series with a 3-game win streak, and Everett has a 2 losses against them over the past 2 games. Both have the same over the last 10, the same record. Everett travels to Tri-City. Everett struggles away, and Tri-City loves to be at home. But in all honesty, these are the only 2 teams that are close that can compete with each other this week in this league. Your player of the week is Feline Celestin for Everett. He had a .471 average, 2 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Now, although that might not sound impressive, this guy put it on a hitting clinic. He had 8 hits over all of his at-bats, which I think was 17 this week. And your pitcher of the week is Junior Marte for Eugene against Hillsborough. On Saturday, he had 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts.
Moving to the South Atlantic League, Winston-Salem and Bowling Green are tied with a record of 14-7. Hudson Valley sits a game behind both of them. Your series to watch this week is Winston-Salem versus Greensboro. Greensboro has a better away record than a home record. And Greensboro is away to Winston-Salem, but the one thing about Winston-Salem is they play really well at home. They've got a 9-3 record at home. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games, where Greensboro is 4-6 in their last 10. Greensboro is actually only half a game back of Hudson Valley in the South Atlantic League North. Your players of the week, Eric Hartman
one thing really quick. This is a series that could completely change this league with Hillsborough and Winston-Salem playing each other. Although they both can absolutely just mash the ball, they can give up a lot of runs. If Greensboro comes into this game or to this series with their head on right, there's a chance they could completely flip the table and be at potentially close to the top, if not at the top, at the end of this week. This also opens up the chance for Bowling Green to go to Rome and build on this lead if they know that Greensboro and Winston-Salem are going to be just beating the crap out of each other this weekend.
Your players of the week, Eric Hartman from Rome, 5.26 average, 5 home runs, 10 RBIs, 2 stolen bases on April 21st. He had 3 home runs in that game. Your pitcher is it Yerber?
Yeah, Yerber.
Claudia for Frederick. Since he pitched Tuesday against Wilmington, he also pitched against them Sunday. He basically matched what he did Tuesday on Sunday. Tuesday, he went 4 innings, gave up 1 hit, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Sunday went 4 1/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. So almost identical in both starts against Wilmington for him.
Going to the California League. Going to the California League, San Jose, another San Francisco team, is at the top of the league right now with a record of 14-7. They have a 2-game lead over Fresno right now. The other thing to make note, Fresno, Rancho Cucamonga, and Lake Elsinore are all tied right now in second at 2 games. Lake Elsinore had a huge week with the series sweep. They won 6 straight games. Let me find out who that was against really quick, because that's actually that's number one. That's not just rare, but that's impressive. Let me do this. California League. I picked the. Let me see. There we go. Make sure I'm looking at the right thing. They had a series sweep over Visalia. But that's huge. And they have they are 8-10 in their last, or 8-2 in their last 10 games. So Lake Elsinore is on the move up. Some series to watch this week is going to be Lake Elsinore versus Ontario. That's Ontario. Ontario's only a game and a half back of Lake Elsinore. And then Fresno against Stockton. Fresno has a 2-game lead over Stockton right now, but those are 4 teams that are very close against each other. Fresno will be on the road, which they don't mind playing on the road. They have a pretty good road record of 6-3 so far on the year. And Lake Elsinore has to travel to Ontario, and they're 3-6 on the year right now on the road. So this could be a weekend where Ontario makes some ground and makes a move up. Your players of the week is Ryan Weidman from Lake Elsinore. He had a 310 average, a 420 on base percentage, a 561 slugging, 11 hits, and 8 RBIs. Your pitcher of the week is Kaner Martinez. Pitched against Ontario. He pitches for San Jose. And he had five innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts on his outing this week.
Moving to the Carolina League, Hickory, who is Texas High A team, leads with a record of 15-6 and has a 1-game lead over Fredericksburg, who is Washington's High A team. Your series to watch is Hickory versus Fredericksburg. Can Fredericksburg keep up this impressive run total to get a series win over Hickory? Frederick has 153 runs scored, while Hickory has 120. What's the run differentials between those two?
Hickory has a run differential of 30, while Fredericksburg has a run differential of 52. This Fredericksburg team is quite honestly a lot better than Hickory, and they have a chance to prove it this weekend.
Here's the one thing, though. Both teams like to play home and away. Fredericksburg loves to play at home, and Hickory loves to play away.
Yeah, but Fredericksburg does come into this with a 3-game win streak. They're 8-2 over their last 10, and Hickory 6-4 over the last 10, having lost Sunday. So this is your time to prove, are you really as good as you say that you are?
Your players of the week both come from Hill City. Anthony Martinez had a .437 average, 7 hits, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. The pitcher is Harrison Bonaford. Versus Hickory on April 25th, went 5 2/3, no hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts.
Moving to the Florida League, Palm Beach Cardinals have the lead right now over the Fort Myers Mighty Mussels. They have a 1-game lead. Palm Beach has a record of 15-6. Fort Myers has a record of 14-7. Fort Myers does come having won 5 games against Dundon this past week. And this 6-game series, 5 wins is quite impressive. Palm Palm Beach was 6-4 over the last 25. Yeah. The series to watch is going to be Palm Beach playing against Clearwater. Palm Beach against Clearwater. That'll be a good series to watch. That's Palm Beach is number 1 in the East, while Clearwater is number 3 in the West, and Clearwater only has a 3-game lead behind Fort Myers. And then your other one is Lakeland, who's number 2 in the West, versus Bradenton, who's number 4 in the West. Your players of the week are Arillo Fairbus from Clearwater. He had a .380 average, 8 hits, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, 1 strikeout, and 0 stolen bases. Seth Hernandez for Bradenton against Clearwater this week had a 5-inning outing with 1 hit, 2 walks, and 9 strikeouts. All right, everybody's at least my favorite.
It's both of ours. We both love this section.
It's your oddities of the week. Last Tuesday, April 21st, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp throw a no-hitter against the Gwinnett Stripers, but still lose the game 2-0.
I feel like if you throw a no-hitter, it does, but I feel like if you throw a no-hitter and you lose the game, it shouldn't count.
I'm gonna pull
What's
this
the
up
point
really
in
quick.
throwing the no-hitter then?
What was most impressive about this, though, that I want to note, the Jumbo Shrimp had, I think his name's, let me pull it up real quick. Hold on, let me pull him up really quick. Because I know Gwinnett had Spencer Strider throwing. And then Braxton Garrett was throwing for the Jumbo Shrimp. Let me just read you this this stat line by Garrett. You ready? 8 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He's got an ERA right now in the season of a .77. Let me see. So there was a wild pitch by Garrett, and there was a guy on third. He scored. Jim Jarvis moved to second, and then Nacho Alvarez Jr. sac fly to right field, and Jim Jarvis scored, which was 2 outs, and that had 2 outs at the time, which gave Gwinnett the 2-0 lead. And that happened in the bottom of the 6th. But that's all Gwinnett needed to win that game. So, moving on to the next oddity. Quite honestly, by far the ugliest logo I've ever seen in any sport. Lehigh Valley announces the new identity of the Lehigh Valley Squonks. I don't know how to describe this. It is disgusting. I think it is an awful logo to look at, but that's part of the whole thing. Apparently, it's this mythical creature that wants to know if it can ever be loved and thinks fans could love it. I don't know how to describe it, but in all honesty, if you look it up, it is disgusting.
No, it's ugly. I mean, it is just dead ugly. I don't even know why a team would want to do this anyway.
It's terrible to look at.
It's disgusting, and the jerseys are ugly.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing to talk about. Minor League Baseball is running a special right now. This is really for you guys. They're offering $10 tickets for selected games. This does go up the day we release this on April 28th. If you go look at it, you can click on your local team, or if there's a team that you're going to want to go watch, and they have select dates that you can only spend $10 and get tickets to the game. So go out, watch some baseball, support your favorite team. Last oddity of the week, Joey Chestnut, the very famous professional eater. You've probably seen him on the 4th of July eating at Coney Island in New York City. He has announced a tour with the MiLB this summer where he will be at games and challenging people to eating contests. while traveling. Let me pull it up really quick. He has announced the first one has already passed with Wichita Wind Surge. That was April 17th. Oklahoma City Comets on May 5th. The Birmingham Barons on May 28th. The Reading Fighting Phils on May 30th. The St. Paul Saints on June 6th. The Memphis Redbirds on July 18th. The Hudson Valley Renegades on the 31st of July. The Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders on August 7th, and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers on August 28th. And he will be at these stadiums competing against fans during these games. So, anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that was really it.
Okay. All right, well, you guys make sure you go give us a follow on our Instagram at Around the Minor League. There you'll find the links to our Spotify, our Apple Music, and our YouTube page. Give us a follow wherever you listen to us at, and give us a follow on Instagram. Send us any DM us any questions you might have or things you might want us to talk about. Well, that is all for this week. So you guys have a good week, and we will see you next Tuesday.